Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast Shadowverse episode with me, your host Imperial Dane. Today's topic, or deck, Midrange Shadowcraft. Yes, indeed. Deck that's sort of been a bit left by the wayside here as other popular sort of decks appear. Put this one a bit on the sort of, shall we say, back foot. Also in part because they didn't really get any sort of amazing cards this expansion. In part because it's been so popular, I think, and strong for so many expansions. I think Side Games is a bit worried about pushing it, but I still think it has got some go to it still. Some useful cards which allow you to push ahead with mid-range Shadow, though probably nowhere near tier 1. So the slight change I made mostly included just slowly lowering the tier 2, or the 2 drops there, because a lot of decks tend to just run a ton of them, which was nice before, but right now it's not quite working out. This is a slightly stronger curve with more 5 drops. The Aisha that's basically out there not going to get to turn 10 in most cases, so you want something to throw down a lot more stats, and Dollarblade Warrior is that. He's basically sort of Beauty and the Beast light, less beauty, a lot more beast, and basically just requires you to kill, you know, something of your own on the turn he's played, which with all the tokens you can generate is pretty easy. In particular, Skull Ring easily sets up for Dollarblade Warrior, so you can sort of use to set that up, get a lot of stats. I mean, basically with this you're playing a 7 drop on turn 5, which is usually a pretty good idea, and then you can sort of use Skeleton Prince into Actor and Immortal Feign if something like that else happens. It does struggle a bit with curve, but overall performs reasonably well in a lot of circumstances, I feel. So let's have a look at it, shall we? We're up against Haven. This is going to be interesting. So slightly built this deck with Haven in mind, Summon Haven in particular. Not a good curve, and I'd rather prefer having the Dollarblade rather than the Skeleton Prince, but let's see. As long as I get a 2 drop, it's not too bad. Alright, got Orator of the Bones into Skull Ring, into something. And then hopefully get a Dollarblade Warrior by turn 5. Ah, Summit Temple already, interesting. Bold maneuver. Bold maneuver. Oh, that's just not very nice now, is it? Well, this is so far an awkward curve. Not quite pulling the cards I wanted to. Granted, he's been forced to not play something in turn 2. That's a bit of a nuisance. Setting up for drawing a bunch of cards. Right. Gotta clear that one out. Oh, Summit Temple allowed to hit for 2, plus he's probably going to just priest the card with me anyway, so you know, just gotta transfer that for the next turn. There we go, priest of the cudgel. Clearing up 2 of my followers in the process. And of course, banishing Catacomb Prince, whatever skeleton he had waiting for him. Waiting within him, I guess. And my curve is not what I'd say particularly improving at the moment. There you go, Dollarblade Warrior, he's just a turn too late. And no reactor. Not quite what I was hoping for. But there you go. Best I can hope is, yes, a weak turn 5 maybe? That would be nice. That'd be very nice. Okay, starting to look weak. Starting to. Alright, we might be looking at a weak turn 5 here. Yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Lying for saves turn 6. I could alter Dollarblade, I guess, but I'd rather go for Wide Portal in case I do get the Actor. Might also just bluffing him, which might make my opponent get a bit skittish here, which I like. Ah, wow. Good thing I didn't go for the dollar blade. Might have been dead without doing a match then. Some freaky sounds that one makes. Very freaky sounds. So what do we do here? Well, you gotta clear that one out and we gotta clear that one out at the same time. And then we do it like this. That clears that without doing much damage to it. That's going to force him to have to fade something into it. And it can pretty much kill most things, like except with the Heavenly Knight. He has to... And even then that leaves something on the board, in which case just Immortal Fame. Like even John doesn't clear that and just gets itself killed. So it's a strong play here. There we go. Pop goes that weasel. And then we play down Immortal Fame. Our first of the, well, several. So we'll see what he does next. Let's do another John, Heavenly Knight. Ooh. Poor choice, my friend. Poor choice. Gotta set this up correctly so I can actually get down the other chap afterwards, otherwise I'm going to be in for a really rough time. So we do it like this, meaning we lose out on one zombie, but we leave a spot open for him. There we go. Down to 8. Got 2 2-2s, 2 2-1s, and a 4-5 with Bane and Ward. And another John obviously is going to make me a bit sad here. Put it mildly. But anything short of that is GG. Yeah, that's GG. Go. It's alright versus Haven. I mean, I got a bit luckier with some of the things, but sort of a bit reasonably well there. Highlight, I think, the choice of Dollar Blade Warrior, as you noticed. Haven kind of struggled a bit with that one. Kinda. And off we are. Bloodcraft. Curve. Hopefully pull a 2-drop. Did. Now the question is, what kind of Bloodcraft deck it is? Aggro, Vengeance, Control, something else. Only time will tell. Throw some cards. Right, we got turn 8. Not a lot of other plays appearing, but at least we have some options here. Go in case it's got some kind of Blood Wolf, or whatever it's called, can't remember, Storm Wolf. You can't just easily trade it in and leave me to deal with that one. Well, that's a bit of a nuisance. I'll really just get a slightly better hand now. Slightly better. I'd be happy. But that spell there, that removal, probably indicates his least vengeance or something like that. You'll face deal damage. Striking forwards for the undead hordes. Snazzy. So what will he do next? I wonder. Probably not the Scarlet Sabre or whatever it's called. Ah, another Blackfinger brand. Really expanding a lot of those. Really expending a lot of those freely. Ah, 2 more things. I'm gonna be a real bastard once we hit the late game, but for now I'm less sure. But still, Immortal Fiend into Immortal Fiend tends to be a nightmare for a lot of players. To put it mildly. Oh, that's the first time I've seen someone play that version of it. That is a first. Splendid. Down to 7. Prepare for death. It comes. With slightly uneven steps. And game over. Unable to respond to my might. Right, Belinus, Immortal Fiend, Zombie Party. Can I pull through that? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. Moria Encomium. Belinus into Skull. Not too bad. Not too bad, I guess. Get him here. That's the first. I've seen that in some time. I'm just going to trade in. I might still lose Belinus. At least this way can't banish it. So he actually pops up with that one. Plus it's just discovering it's removed. Not quite the ideal, but you know, could be worse. No, alright. We can. We just don't have an amazing hand either to pull ahead with. Which is a bit annoying. Which is a bit annoying. This kind of sucks. Can't quite put the pressure on I want to because I got all of these demon eaters. I mean, sure I get to draw a bunch of cards, but that's not quite what I need right now. I need it that way. This is slightly rough. Alright. I do seem to... I was about to say one thing going for me, but that clearly vanished right then and there. I'm just going to play this down. No point in sort of trying to evolve anything, obviously. Well, if he doesn't clear the board, I can bat cap and hit for something. I'd hoped he'd hit the Orator. So far his hand seems pretty awkward. He's not exactly playing down a lot of followers. That just heals it all up. That's a tad annoying. So my options are... Oh, that's not been involved either since it's just rushed. Well, in that case I guess it's this. This certainly feels more like a control deck than just the usual Summit Haven. But then again, it might be an awkward hand from him. Down to 17, not really going frightfully well here, but could be wise, I suppose. No black script. He doesn't actually have a lot of followers, does he? There we go. There we go. Candy actually anyways, a little board, so we're just going to do it like this. Build up one of our own. And then we clears it with just Immortal Fame trade with Evolve. There we go. That should be able to threaten him a bit. I guess what we do here is, well, I can't kill that. Go. Bit of a tricky turn there, wasn't entirely sure. But there you go. Not an easy board to clear. Bit of stickiness, some tough followers, bit ward. And then you got the actor to follow through with, hopefully. And these can just keep damaging him if he doesn't clear them out as well, so this is a really tricky board for him to deal with, I hope. I sincerely, genuinely hope. Aha! Lethal. Victory! Against Haven too. How unlikely. So there you go, Midrange Shadow. I definitely need to replace Rotor of the Bones. I think it's too much of an aggro card. I kind of wanted to make it work, but like, I clearly need Andrew Alpha to just keep drawing cards, I think. I mean, it does sort of alright versus some of the other decks. It struggles a lot versus Paul. It can work versus Haven at times, depending on sort of slight draws there, but again, you really need Andrew Alpha, I think, to really pull through versus Haven, I think, more consistently. That's some slightly rougher times there. So, I mean, the deck kind of works, but it's just not nowhere near as good as it used to be, simply because of some of the other sort of matchups at the moment. Again, just Portal being super consistent is really bad for Shadow as well. So there you go. Not an amazing deck, but it can still work with a few techs. I do think Dollar Blade Warrior is a bit of an overlooked trick here that might just help it at least power through some of the matchups a bit more consistently as well. So there you go. Just sort of a bit of an interesting one on the side. I'll be back in another 2 days with another deck, so hopefully look forward to that. In the meanwhile, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Dane signing off. Cheers.